4? Hey, what is up, society? It is your favorite wannabe influencer, Koi, and welcome back to another video. If you read that title, you already know we back with the Reddit stories, baby. We got some really crazy titles today, y'all. No theme, but I'm telling you, these titles, they sound interesting, they sound crazy. So if you're ready to get into the craziness with these Reddit stories, then keep on watching. All right, guys, let's get into the video. All right, y'all, you already know the godfathers are going to be on because you know that I'm blind. But when I turn to the camera, I will take them off. Sorry for the glare for all my newbies out there. Am I the asshole for not inviting my mom to my wedding, but still inviting my siblings? So I, 18 female, ooh. Girl, you getting married at 18? So I, 18 female, am getting married in May to my fiance, 19 male. It's going to be a small and dry wedding. Mom is 43 female. Some context behind this: I grew up as a military brat with my single father. My mom left after I was born, which I don't blame her for. She didn't want to get married or have kids at her age. My dad practically begged her to keep the child. She did, and now I'm here. 2 years ago, I was on a road trip with some friends. We ended up going to my friend's grandparents' town. It was a super small town with basically nothing in it. I then met my mom in a Kroger in that town. I didn't recognize her. She didn't recognize me. She is a pretty positive and social person, so she stopped to talk with me. She thought I looked familiar, but was not aware of who I was. I told her my name, and it just got awkward. My mom invited me to dinner to meet her family. It hurt a lot. She had basically restarted, even though she had claimed she didn't want kids. She had a husband, we can call him Mark, and 2 kids. Ellie, now 13 female, and James, now 15 male. I didn't really connect with my mom, but we kept in contact. However, I do still talk to my half-siblings and try to stay in their lives. I got engaged in August when I was in senior in high school. I wanted my friends, siblings, dad, and fiance's family to be involved. So May is when we planned the wedding. I invited Ellie and James. Ellie would be one of my bridesmaids and James was a groomsman. They both were very excited and my mom was fine with this until I told her that Mark and her weren't invited. My mom got very angry at me and said that Ellie and James would not be allowed to go if she couldn't go. I started to feel guilty about this because she is my mom and I understand why she wouldn't want Ellie and James to be alone at a wedding. On the other hand, my dad hasn't seen my mom since they broke up and I love my dad so much. I just couldn't see him hurt. So would I be the asshole if I didn't invite her and Mark? Is there any way to get around this? I just don't really want her to be there because it's a really intimate moment and I don't want anyone there that I'm not too close to. Edit. Okay. So before I told both Ellie and James they were invited, I told their mom. Their mom was fine that they were going. She pulled them out last minute. I would understand if she didn't want them there, but to promise to let them go and then a few months later decide they can't is what pissed me off. What exactly is your reasoning? So you're 18, your mom is 43. So what's that? She was 25? 25? Yeah. So she was 25 when you were born. But then she had kids 5 years later because the other kids are 13 and I think the other one was another age, I forgot. But yeah, so she was 25 and then 5 years later she had a baby at 30. Oh, okay. So I can understand how that can be very hurtful. I can definitely see how that can be hurtful because that will be hurtful to anybody. The fact that your mom kind of gave you up and then not even 10 years later, she has a completely different family, you know? So it's like, I understand how it can be hurtful, but relating to this situation though, why really don't you want to invite her? Because it seems like to me that you really don't want her to come because you got some resentment towards her from abandoning you. And honestly, a lot can happen in 5 years. A lot can change in 5 years. You really don't know what the relationship with her and your dad was like before she left, considering that he basically manipulated her into having you. I'm not saying that he's a bad person. I'm just saying the fact that he basically, I don't want to say forced her, but coerced her into doing something that she really didn't want to do, something that's not like, oh, coerced her into changing her pants before y'all go to a party. Like, he coerced her into changing her whole body, putting her life at risk to give him a baby that she didn't want. So it's been 18 years. I mean, I'm not saying that your dad, I don't know, like, I don't want to say that your dad is not gonna have hurt feelings towards her, but it's just like, unless he's expressed that, I don't know why you would feel the need to exclude her. And I would understand if she would be upset to put her kids out, because it's kind of a slap in the face to her. Like, she's rekindling things with you, she's trying to have a relationship with you, and you invite her children and don't invite her. That's why I invite the siblings, like, as if that's not gonna dredge up some feelings too. He's gonna be seeing the product of her leaving him. So I feel like the reaction would be, if not the same, very similar. Because it's still, if he has any feelings towards her at all, he's going to feel some type of way about the kids too. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to say you're the asshole because it's your wedding, but I will also say maybe talk to your mom and maybe go into some therapy, because you might have some harbor feelings against her. So yeah, not the asshole. Next story. Am I the asshole for telling my husband that his parents are his problem? I mean, baby. My in-laws are very difficult. See, baby, already not an asshole. And have just gotten worse with age. Old people get stuck in their ways, so of course they're worse. And chronic conditions. So of course, okay, so they stuck in their ways, difficult as hell, and they also have conditions. Oh, baby. My father-in-law is aggressive, self-absorbed, and very controlling. They come to me every time they can't get a hold of my husband or want medical advice, as it's easier to use me as their personal nurse than talk to their care providers. It's gotten to the point where I don't want to be around them or talk to them. Are you a nurse, Book? You must be a nurse or something, or some type of medical something. I have told my husband that I am setting this boundary for myself. We, of course, got into a fight about this. He feels I'm being too harsh and leaving him alone to deal with his parents. But I feel I have gone above and beyond for them. And he, my husband, has just gotten used to me stepping in and finding solutions for them. Basically, am I the asshole for telling my husband his parents are his problem? No. I understand when you marry someone, you marry their family. However, like, if your parents are difficult and rude and stuck in their ways and all that extra stuff, they can take care of their damn self. Like, if you got a problem, you can go ahead and take care of yourself. I would never understand that about old people. Like, like, how you weak, brittle, and need our help, but you rude. Like, how does that make any sense? You need help. And instead of making sure that the odds are properly stacked in your favor so you can receive the best type of help, you make everybody around you hate you when you need people to help your old ass. Ciao. Next freaking story, Bookie. Done dated it. These are short and sweet, y'all. We like blowing through these hoes, okay? It's gonna be like a cute little short episode. Why not? Am I the asshole for telling my roommate her boyfriend can't sleep over 5 nights a week? Girl, that's practically the whole week. You know what? I'm going ahead. It's pretty straightforward. My roommate's boyfriend is over 5 days a week. I told her he can't be here 5 to 6 days a week because I pay to live with one other person, not 2. Period. Our place also only has 1 bathroom. She is upset with me and thinks I'm being unreasonable because I have my boyfriend over 2. My boyfriend is over 2 nights a week at most on the weekends. Usually it's only once because I work weekends. I feel like it's reasonable to ask for a boyfriend not to fully live with us without paying. He showers here, cooks here, he uses the living room to watch TV, he keeps his stuff in the bathroom. He also loves to set the thermostat to 74? First thing first, coming from somebody who works in real estate, property manager over here, okay? Somebody who does this, actually, if you wanted to pull, you could pull this card on your roommate if you wanted to be petty. The boyfriend's not allowed to stay that often. They can't come more than 2 weeks in a month staying there because he's not on the lease, Bookie. So you tell her that if that boyfriend don't stop coming to freaking in there, go ahead, call up that property manager. Anywho, okay, but that's neither here nor there. Back to this. No, girl, no. I'm so sorry. No. Okay, men They like to say like women can be overbearing, but no, men is like, they're the worst type of roommate, to be honest. Like, I will pick a dang rabid dog over a man living with me, okay? Because men, they're not usually homemakers, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Men usually they don't know how to read the room very well when it comes down to taking care of a house. Like, these are the same dudes who be leaving all dishes in your sink. I'm not saying that he's doing this, but leaving dishes in your sink, eating up all the food, not cleaning up their stuff in the bathroom, leaving their laundry everywhere, hogging the TV, making all these demands. It usually be men who make living in your house a living hell. Okay? So if he's cooking, showering, doing all this stuff, baby girl, first of all, you're running up my water if it's not even included in my rent. You're running up my light bill if it's not included in my rent, okay? You're eating up my groceries. You probably not putting, and you say, she said you're not paying that. Baby, you're a freeloader. Where is your house? But that's literally what he's doing. He's bed hopping. He's couch hopping. There's no way that you're here 5 days a week. Every week, you're here 5 days a week, baby. You may as well stay the whole 7 days at this point. You're here 5 days a week. That's another roommate. There's only 31 days in a month. The hell? Like, no, not the asshole. He gotta go. No, he gotta go. Tell her you're threatening to call the fucking property manager, because, girl, no. And look, look, girl, y'all trying to do all that? You better go ahead and get y'all into the house. Not the asshole. Next, am I the asshole for not watching my kids so their father could visit his wife in the hospital? First of all, girl, you said my kids. I hate when parents do that. Like, I'm not necessarily saying this is what she's doing before I even get to the story, but like, you can't babysit your own children. It's not babysitting, it's parenting. Anyways, let's get into it. Me and my ex-husband divorced 4 years ago. We have 2 daughters together. My ex-husband remarried 1 year ago, and I knew that he and his wife were expecting because my daughter told me that they would get a sibling. Now, this Friday was his week with the girls. He called me and asked if I could please take them earlier. When I asked him why, he told me that he needed to be with his wife at the hospital. I said no, that it's not a reason to disobey the court order, and that he either could stay with the girls, leave the girls with a babysitter, or take them to the hospital. I hung up before he could continue. Girl, you hate them kids. You hate them kids. You hate them kids. He texted me about 2 hours after, telling me that I was extremely sick in the head and that for once he was in a situation where he needed my help and I refused. His best friend, who was a mutual friend of ours until the divorce, also texted me and said that he hoped I was happy with myself. I don't get how I could be an asshole, but it obviously seems like he and his best friend has come to this conclusion. If I'm an asshole, yes, I will apologize, but firstly, I need to know. Edit. My kids are fine, and I of course would have taken them if no one else was available. They are currently with his best friend as his ex is still in the hospital with his wife. So no, I would not rather him leave them with a stranger, as many of you assume. Girl, you is the asshole. Girl, you is the asshole. Girl. Just say you don't like them kids. Just tell the truth. Oh, girl. You don't like them fucking kids? You don't like them kids. He forced you to have them, huh? He forced you to have them, huh? She said, it's not my time. I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm laughing at her. Because she really said, fuck the kids. Fuck them and fuck you too. Oh my gosh, bro. Asshole girl. You know you is. You know you is. This man's wife is in the hospital. Oh my God, girl. Not you trying to put in the edit. Oh, I would have took them if nobody else was available. Girl, you told this man to either stay with them, go to the hospital with them, or hire a babysitter. That's literally what you said. And he says the one time he asked you for help, in all seriousness, the one time he asked you for help, you don't want to help him? girl, this is just screaming you hate motherhood, because hey, motherhood is a hard job. And I don't know if these kids is bad or not, but it's just like, even if they are, girl, get it together, because you dead wrong, and you know that you dead wrong. I don't know. Honestly, that's always been an interesting thing to me. People, they must live in Delulu land, because I really don't know how you would think that you're not the asshole if this man is in the hospital with his wife. It's either giving you hate motherhood or you bitter, because he probably left your ass based off how this is. Baby, next story. Am I the asshole for calling divorce immediately after finding out my wife emotionally cheated on me? Okay, y'all, this is an advice needed one, so let's get into it. I found out my wife was cheating on me emotionally last week. I found it through a notification when she was in the shower. We are both 33 and married for 6 years. Dang. Funny how one can hide their betrayal without the other party noticing. I confronted her right away and told her to open the phone to show me the messages. She refused first, but gave up after I told her we were getting a divorce. Dang, girl, what you was texting in these messages? Girl, you better not have been sending no nudie cooties. You know what I'm saying? No nudie cootie patooties. The texts were not that old and there weren't that many. It was obvious most of the texts were deleted. I asked her questions about the affair. Why, who, where, how. I will not go into details as I want to stay anonymous. Oh, come on, friend. You can't tell us. You can't say, oh, can I tell my wife to get a divorce if you're not going to give us the details? Baby, I need to get the details, okay? The details. Hello? What was she doing? What was she saying? What was going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was she saying? But I was trickle-truthed in the end. So, y'all, I had to look this up. Trickle-truthing is when someone gradually reveals the truth after being caught in a lie. So, that's a new phrase for me. New phrase for y'all. Trickle-truth. She got caught, and I do not believe her in what she said about the extent they went. At the beginning of our relationship, I made it very clear that cheating in any form is a relationship ender. I told her to get a lawyer because we were getting a divorce. Period. 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 Hello? And you know what's so crazy? I find this interesting that a man is writing about this, because usually men are the ones who miss it. Like, I remember watching a video where they were asking guys, would you much rather your woman emotionally cheat on you or physically cheat on you? And dudes would say emotionally cheat. And it would be so crazy because y'all don't even realize, like, emotional cheating is 10 times worse than physical cheating. It really, really is. Because your person, the person who's supposed to be loving you, is literally giving their love, their soul, their spirit. Well, not possessed, but, you know, soul ties, XYZ. You giving your heart away. And that's the ultimate betrayal. Like, she asked for marriage counseling, promised to change, and even to make her life completely dependent on me. Oh, she desperate. Leave the job, not leave the house, and give me all of her digital devices. I told her where marriage counseling would have helped was before she decided to have an affair. Period. He's standing on business, okay? Period. Could have gone to marriage counseling and solved the problem there, which would have solved whatever problem she had. Instead, she went to have an emotional affair and made sure to actively hide things from me by deleting texts and trickle-truthing. I reminded her of my boundaries and what I told her about them in the beginning of the relationship. Damn, babes, you've been cheated on a lot or cheated on before, because you real like adamant about it. Like, somebody must have broke your heart, babes, because you was on that. I will hand the divorce papers to her this month, and she is telling me to reconsider it. Am I the asshole in this situation? No. No. You're not the asshole for setting a boundary, but what I will say, friend, is pump the brakes. You know what I'm saying? Pump the brakes. Like, I wish that you would have gave us more details, because if you would have told us, like, she's telling this person I love yous, or she's sitting nudie cooties, or she doing, like, you know, anything like that, if you would have kind of given me more context, I could have a more descriptive, specific, you know, advice for you, but you didn't provide us very much detail. So I'm just going to try to give it a general here. I truly believe that you should just pump the brakes and consider the marriage counseling, okay? Because emotional cheating, yes, it is bad, okay? It's not good. Nobody should do it. But usually when partners do that, it's a cry for help in a way. Like, they're probably either too afraid to say something to you about it, or they feel like if they try to push you too hard about this thing that they've been asking for you, that you might withdraw, or maybe they've been asking you for it or showing you in ways that they need this thing from you and you're not doing it, and it's caused them to go into the arms of somebody else. Like there's always the people who just let this type of thing happen organically, and it could literally start off as just two people who are kind of just talking to one another, and someone who's really going through a hard time in their relationship, and they're confiding in this individual, and this individual is providing them with support, advice, listening to them, making them feel important and heard. And it can go from that to like intimacy, you know, because intimacy is more than just a physical thing. Intimacy is mostly a mental thing, mostly a spiritual thing. So it's like I feel like you have some past trauma and some things that's happened to you in the past that's got you so like bare bones. The fact that you were mentioning this and that you were like honing down and doubling down on her about cheating in the past, I truly believe that you were cheated on before. And I feel like you're probably, based off of how you're coming off in this message, in this chat, you're coming off very much like rah, rah, rah. And sometimes that can be interpreted as you're someone who's not as approachable. From where I'm getting from this context, it feels like you're not as approachable. And so she might have been discussing things with you or telling you things, or, you know, saying things to you about something that she feels like she needs, and you probably haven't been fulfilling it, or you probably haven't been listening to her. And so I feel like the marriage counseling would be helpful. But context would have been nice, because if she's sending the nude cuties, or she doing like, you know, other stuff like trying to meet places and stuff like that, then that's a little different. But like if she's just kind of just talking to somebody because she wants to feel loved, wanted, and heard, I think that you should have considered the marriage counseling. It's been 6 years. This person obviously loves you. Talk to her. Calm down first. Consider the marriage counseling. I would suggest that you go. Try to figure out where this came from, and then go from there. Yeah. Y'all let me know y'all opinions down in the comments. But yeah, that's me. All right, society. That is it for this freaking video. This one was short and sweet, y'all. I did not mean to choose those short old stories, but hey, baby, I tell y'all, I blind react to these videos. So y'all finding out, I'm finding out. But nevertheless, I hope that you guys enjoyed. Make sure to comment down your opinions, your thoughts, if I was right, if I was wrong, advice for OP, XYZ. And make sure to like and share too, guys. And please subscribe. Come join the society. Come join your queen, your sovereign, your goddess, Koi, over here in the society. If you are new, I would love to have you join us. And for all my beautiful subscribers, my society members now, please hit that bell notification so you get notified when I upload a video, because YouTube is not showing y'all my stuff. All right, guys. Love ya. Bye.